What's up, you guys? My name is Preston James here at the Laughing Buddha Recording Studio in Los Angeles, California, bringing you another hopefully helpful mix breakdown tutorial kind of a thing, right? Recording, mixing, mastering-ish, not really, but yeah, that stuff. So today, as you can tell, because you clicked on the video, we are talking about squeezing that vocal into the beat. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, you guys, so for this video, I'm gonna skip some of the smaller steps. I think maybe they're small to some people or big to some people, I don't know, but some steps I will skip, and I apologize for that ahead of time. But hopefully the things I do talk about are the most pertinent and important to you and for you, so that you can use this technique or techniques to help your mix and help your vocals sit in the beat better. Or, you know, get to the point to where you want it to be. And I just want to say that real quick before we dive in, is that this music game, again, I say it's in almost every video, it's very subjective. So it's not getting the vocal to sit in the beat is something, whether it's that you want as the engineer and you think it sounds better that way, or the artist does. And I'm thinking right now of the new Jack Boys 2 album by Manny Marroquin. He did the mixing for it, and the vocals so up front. I think I talked about this one of my videos, but the vocals so up front that it's not necessarily in the beat, right? And it doesn't have to always be. I think some of us think that, but it doesn't always have to be, right? I like mine to be pushing out, but also like pushed in, so it's kind of like bending into the beat. But also maintaining its upfrontness within pop and hip hop and rap. That's kind of the nature of that beast in that genres and those genres, right? Every genre is different in a sense, but the concept and the premise is the same for getting the vocal to kind of sit back or kind of squeeze it into the beat. So without further ado, I'm just going to go over this small little chunk right here. It's mostly mixed. I will let you hear what it is first, and then, or some of it, and then we'll just jump in. So let's see.
We both know we gotta leave, but we both way too attached. How you gon' sneak around, fuck my brother and them? That's that shit you can't take back. Hey, they wake up in the morning, you say I love you, but this ain't that. Put you on with all my people, now you can't even come through my trap. Too much good mixed with the evil, I trust nobody, I just count racks. I'm a junkie, you my needle, you about to give me a heart attack. All these guns I got illegal, I put a beam on top my scrap. Used to serve about a regal, till I served my own uncle crack. We both know we gotta leave, but we both way too attached. How you gon' sneak around, fuck my brother and them? That's that shit you can't.
All right, so now I'm messing with the volume. So first thing we're gonna do. All right, so I bet a lot of you have maybe have seen this technique. I am gonna do it because I've seen it before. I do like this technique. I use this pretty consistently when wanting to get my vocal to sit in the mix. Again, not on every single mix, but definitely a majority. So for Pro Tools, I'm gonna go to Dynamics. I'm gonna go to F6. This is a Waves plugin. It's a great plugin. It's a dynamic EQ. And it does the job very well for this particular job. So the first thing I'm going to do is I have to send the information of the vocal to the beat, right? The beat's not going to know to duck certain areas for the vocal to fit inside of unless I send it that information and tell it where and what to duck. Okay, so on Pro Tools, it is different in different DAWs, but in Pro Tools up here, there's a key. I'm going to put, I'm going to click it, and I'm going to go to bus. I'm going to go down to bus 24, and now I have to use that bus on my vocal. So now that I've chosen a bus and I have it up here, I'm going to go down to the main vocal, which, as you can see, is on this top track, Audio 1. I'm going to click this, no sin, let's get this out of here. I'm going to click that, I'm going to go to bus, and then I'm going to go down to bus 24, which is what I just used right here. And for my fader, for my send, because it is a send, I'm going to hit Option click, which is going to put it at unity gain because I want the full level and volume of my vocal or whatever I'm sending to go to this specific plugin for this particular task, if that makes sense, right? For a lot of the stuff, it's just kind of, you're writing it, you're trying to find that sweet spot. But for this, it's a unity, it's 0, because I want the full signal going into the plugin. All right, so now that I have that there, and this is set up, I am going to click on this number 5 only because it's the one that's sitting between 1K and 8K, which is where the vocal most often will sit. Now, is that 100% every single time? No, but more than likely, yes. I feel like I have to say that stuff because everyone's always going to have something else to say. So I'm just checking those boxes and saying, just in case. Anyways, so I'm going to click 5. The range, I want it to dip about 3 to 5 dB. 5's a little much, so we're just going to go 4, just to meet in the middle. I do want it to attack right away. So a fast attack and a fast release, right? Because the vocal is moving fast, but I want it to react immediately. So a fast attack and a fast release, so I can get it to do what I want it to do when I want it to do it. Hopefully that makes sense. Again, it's going to dip about 4 dB, and this is my compressor. For this, I'm going to engage this once I play the vocal. So let's see what's up.
We both know we gotta leave, but we both way too attached. How you gon' sneak around, fuck my brother and them? That's that shit you can't take back. Hey, they wake up in the morning, you say I love you.
Oh, and I should say this because I always forget until I'm like messing with it for a minute. I'm like, why don't I hear a change? But over here on the right-hand side, it says INT for this SC mode, which is sidechain mode. Because this is technically it's called sidechaining, and you can do this with a bunch of different things, but you want to do EXT, so not INT, which stands for internal, and then EXT, which stands for external. So something external is coming into the plugin, but I do want to show you a little something. So let's leave it on internal for now and just play it and just see what happens.
We both know we gotta leave, but we both way too attached. How you gon' sneak around, fuck my brother and them? That's that shit you can't take back. Ay.
All right, so I see it's dipping a little bit. I want it to dip a little more, just cause. So I am gonna go to 5.
We both know we gotta leave, but we both way too attached. How you gon' sneak around, fuck my brother and them? That's that shit you can't take back. Hey, they wake up in the morning, you say.
All right, so now I'm gonna switch it over, and I want you to hear the difference of what this plugin is doing.
We both know we gotta leave, but we both way too attached. How you gon' sneak around, fuck my brother and them? That's that shit you can't take back. Hey, they wake up in the morning, you say I love you, but this ain't that. Put you on with all my people, now you can't even come through my trap. Too much good mixed with the evil, I trust nobody, I just count racks. I'm a junkie, you my needle, you about to give me a heart attack. All these guns I got illegal, I put a beam on top my scrap. Used to serve about a regal, till I served my own uncle crack. We both know we gotta leave, but we both way too attached. How you gon' sneak around, fuck my brother and them? That's that shit you can't take back. Hey, they wake up in the morning, you say I love you, but this ain't that. Put you on with all my people, now you can't even come through my trap. Too much good mixed with the evil, I trust nobody, I just count racks. I'm a junkie, you my needle.
All right, so hopefully you could hear that difference. I did move it back down to 3.5 dB, right? So how much gain reduction is happening? Because you don't want it to duck too much of the instrumentation, right? Because you still want that to be lively. So that's the kind of give and take with this, is that the more you compress and get that vocal to sit in there, the more you're pushing down that area, this area where the vocal is, or this 5 is, that area of the song. So you're pushing that down as well so the vocal can come through. So, right, you have to give some up. It's always a balance, right, in life. You have to give some, take some. That's just how it works. It always works. Nobody is better than that. That is just the way it is, right? Now I'm getting too deep and philosophical. We don't need all that. All right, so hopefully you can hear the difference. If I were you, I would play with the range. I would play with the threshold of the compressor, right? So if I like kind of push this a little bit more.
We both know we gotta leave, but we both way too attached. How you gon' sneak around, fuck my brother and them? That's that shit you can't take back. Hey, they wake up in the morning, you say I love you, but this ain't that. Put you on with all my people, now you can't even come through my trap. Too much.
And just kind of see how much you want it to really push in there. Same with your attack and release, right? So just, I don't know, take a snapshot of this, copy and paste this, whatever you want to do. and just kind of see where you want it for your song. It's going to all be different, right? I think the 808's a little too heavy in this song. So it kind of masks some of the other instruments in certain parts, and it's I really got to kind of push it to get through. So I'll probably even push it harder once I finally like mix this and send it off. But yes, hopefully that explains that plugin. And as always, if you have any questions, just comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. It sounded like I was leaving a voicemail, like I was setting up my voicemail for my phone. Hey, this is Preston. Thanks for calling. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Talk to you soon. All right. Anyways, getting way off track. So that is the F6 plugin from Waves. That one works great. Again, I use this one more than I do others, except possibly this plugin, which is, again, going to Dynamics. I'm going to go to the FabFilter Pro MB. I do like to use this a lot as well. I'm going to show you why. Again, you have to do the same thing. Let's go up here to our key. We're going to go down to bus 24. So the information is being sent to the compressor. I'm going to go ahead and put a band in here. And again, here's my attack and release. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this down. I don't know why. Sometimes I have it all the way. More often than not, I don't. Why? No reason. No particular reason. It just feels like if I go all the way, it's going too much. Like, do you ever know when when you like back out of a spot in your car and they tell you you're not supposed to pull your wheel all the way over to the left, right, and like yank on it so that with a point where it stops, you're supposed to do it like right before it actually technically stops, right? Same kind of concept here. For those of you who know what I'm trying to say, that's why I don't usually push the attack and release all the way to the fastest. But all right, so once we're here, again, down here, there's the 1K and there's the 10K. So it's somewhere in this range. But again, you're gonna have to play with it and see based on the vocal and instruments. But for this plugin, you're going to go to Expert and sidechain right here. Right, and you're going to hit EXT4. That's right. I knew you'd get it. External. Okay, catching kind of a pattern here with these plugins, right? All right, so I'm gonna show you a little something else too, but let's see what this sounds like.
We both know we gotta leave, but we both way too attached. How you gon' sneak around, fuck my brother and them? That's that shit you can't take back. Hey, they wake up in the morning, you say I love you, but this ain't that. Put you on with all my people, now you can't even come through my trap. Too much good mixed with the evil, I trust nobody, I just count racks. I'm a junkie, you my needle, you about to give me a heart attack. All these guns I got illegal, I put a beam on top my scrap. Used to serve about a regal. We both know we gotta leave, but we both way too attached. How you gon' sneak around, fuck my brother and them? That's that shit you can't take back. Hey, they wake up in the morning, you say I love you, but this ain't that. Put you on with all my people, now you can't even come through my trap. Too much good mixed with the evil, I trust nobody, I just count racks. I'm a junkie, you my needle, you about to give me a heart attack. All these guns I got illegal, I put a beam on top my scrap. Used to serve about a regal, till I served my own uncle crack. We both know we gotta leave, but we both way too attached. How you gon' sneak around, fuck my brother and them? That's that shit you can't take back. Hey, they wake up in the morning, you say I love you, but this ain't that. Put you on with all my people, now you can't even come through my trap. Too much good mixed with the evil, I trust nobody, I just count racks.
All right, so so it sounds pretty good. I definitely hear the vocals sitting into the mix, but the truth is you're gonna have to play with the levels. Once you get the vocal to kind of squeeze in there, then you might have to turn the vocal up a little bit or turn the beat down or vice versa. Just depending on, again, the song and the vocal. It's very subjective, right, for each song and each engineer as well. But over here, when I hit Expert, I did the external for the sidechain, but I also hit the stereo link all the way up. And what it did is it gave me this M right here, which stands for, that's right, I know you guessed it, mid, right, like mid side. So when you do that, you'll definitely hear a difference. Sometimes it doesn't sound better that way, but more often than not, it does. Again, you'll have to just test it and find out for you. But that definitely makes a difference for my ear on what I hear. And then again, you just play with the range and where it goes, and then the threshold for the actual compression and the ducking. The last thing I want to say about this, the reason this plugin is particularly cool is because you can see visually the audio from the vocal and from the beat, right? The vocal is red and the beat is gray. Now, I just was talking to one of my artists, and I don't always think, and I use Pro Q4 on every single mix, period, end of story. Not even exaggerating at all. But I do truly believe, like, if you want to get a lot better and just hear things better, just as a better engineer, I truly believe in using plugins where you cannot visually see the audio and what's happening, because what tends to happen is your brain kind of locks into, oh, I know this area should be ducked out because that's what I've been told and that's what I've seen other people do, so I know that this area needs to be ducked out, when you know that is not the truth, right? I even do it from time to time, and I have to catch myself because I'm like, no, that doesn't need to go there. Or with certain techniques, with certain plugins, right? There are some rules of thumb, but generally speaking, and most of the time, 95% of the time, that visual cue can throw you off. So you want to do that, but also close your eyes and just listen and make sure that that's the frequency you really want to duck, and you're not just going off of what the plugin and audio is showing you on here, but what you're hearing. Right? There's a big difference there from seeing and hearing. So please trust your gut, listen to your ears. That sounded weird. Listen to your ears, listen to yourself, and use your ears. Okay? All right. So, yeah, I think that's really it with this plugin. FabFilter makes amazing plugins. I mean, so does Waves, but all right. So there's those two plugins. And on top of that, you guys, I always also use my Pro Q4 and just duck out frequencies. I click on the band and stereo placement, I go to mid, or I do it down here and just go to mid. It'll turn green. But I always carve out a space for my vocal. And about 3 dB, it looks the same every time, different areas for different artists, but within these two big, thick white lines. Right? This, what is that, 10K and 1K. So just kind of sweeping in here and seeing where that vocal kind of sticks out. So once I'm sweeping, I'm waiting for the vocal to kind of jump out a little bit. And once I do that, it's kind of like this push and pull factor where this cuts out and carves out that frequency in the music and enables my vocal to pop out more. And then when I duck it with the F6 or the multiband compression or whatever, it kind of sinks back in, but at the same time maintaining its forwardness, right? Again, it's all about the balancing of it, right? The push and pull, the whole thing is about balance. You should always start with balancing things, right? Gain staging, just really kind of getting your levels right. But it's always this push and pull factor. We're just trying to limit how much push and pull we do, which is why we educate ourselves and do this all the time, so we can figure out what's the fastest way I can get this done while also maintaining its integrity, its essence as a song, and just making sure that it's a good sounding record. Okay, making sure it has those elements, but also efficiency is key as well. Be efficient and effective. Okay, so, and usually I'll start with this. I'll do the Pro Q4 first, and then I'll do the F6 and multiband or whatever. Now, two more things I want to mention real quick is that, we'll just leave this one on, is there is another plugin that I did not end up purchasing that people swear by and love, and that is the Waves Factory, the Track Spacer. I do not own it, but it is an awesome plugin, and this one you can do a lot of things with, more so than the F6 and multiband, the FabFilter multiband, in my experience. It just has this kind of character to it that allows you to do just some really cool things with bass, kick, vocals, guitars. One thing that I do struggle with and often struggle with is guitars and vocals. They're within that same range on the frequency range. So I using things like this track spacer or the F6 or the MB really help when I'm ducking those guitars. Even though they're most of the time I have them wide, they still kind of interact with the vocal in a certain way. So things like this track spacer, really help with that as well. So this one is also a good plugin. That's really what I'm saying. All right, and let's see. Lastly, I wanted to use this and show you because I've been using this for years. And this is the, what is it? Sound field. Yep. And then you go to center, which is the Waves center plugin. And this just opens the beat, ducks the beat a little bit from the center on this side and opens it up on the sides. Allows the vocal to kind of sit a little bit better in the mix. And so you can do, you can use all these at once if you want to. You can use the track spacer, multiband compression, and the F6 and the Pro Q4, as well as the center plugin if you want to. I mean, I would do small moves, but you can do that. You can do whatever you want. Again, there's no rules. More often than not, though, for this plugin, I use this on reverb. I'll throw this on my reverb. I don't have it on this one. I thought I did, but I'll throw it on reverb, and it opens up my reverb a lot. Which allows the vocal to sit in the mix a little bit better as well, and it gives it that kind of dimension, that space. So let's just see what this does.
We both know we gotta leave, but we both way too attached. How you gon' sneak around, fuck my brother and them? That's that shit you can't take back. Hey, they wake up in the morning, you say I love you, but this ain't that. Put you on with all my people, now you can't even come through my trap. Too much good mixed with the evil, I trust nobody, I just count racks. I'm a junkie, you my needle, you about to give me a heart attack. All these guns I gotta leave. We both know we gotta leave, but we both way too attached. How you gon' sneak around, fuck my brother and them? That's that shit you can't take back. Hey, they wake up in the morning, you say I love you, but this ain't that. Put you on with all my people, now you can't even come through my trap. Too much good mixed with the evil, I trust nobody, I just count racks. I'm a junkie, you my needle, you about to give me a heart attack. All these guns I got illegal, I put a beam on top my scrap. Used to serve up out a regal, till I served my own Uncle Crack. We both put you on with all my people, now you can't even come through my trap. Too much good mixed with the evil, I trust nobody, I just count racks. I'm a junkie, you my needle, you about to give me a heart attack. All these guns I got illegal, I put a beam on top my scrap. Used to serve up out a regal, till I served my own Uncle Crack. We both know we gotta leave, but we both way too attached. Hey.
So hopefully those tools and tricks help you. Again, just play with it. Turn the knobs, twist the knobs, flip things up and down, whatever. Just try it. Just that's what you got to do. You got to try. You got to fail to succeed, right? That's part of it too. So yeah, hopefully again this helped you, and your next mix is a success, and you get it exactly where you want it. Please like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. I appreciate it. Much love. I really truly do. So thank you in advance for that. Let me know again if you have any questions or comments on this. And until next time. All right. Talk to you soon.